I'm at the coldest game, the second coldest game I've ever been at, which was the playoff game against the Jaguars.
Oh,
and
God, yeah.
I'll never forget my other brother, Louie, and his friend drove up and left at halftime because they were too cold. They were too cold.
So bad. I remember that. I remember that game. Yeah, it was the old stadium up there, the old Foxborough Stadium. The lights went out. Half the stadium went out. You couldn't even stand on the field at the time because it was so frozen. We didn't know what cleats to wear. Everybody's changing shoes. We ended up just going with basketball wet rats, those old ones with the nubs, those old Reebok and Nike ones. I don't know if you remember Apex back in the day. Apex,
yeah, that was a great company.
Apex was great because they had all the cool colors, all the great sideline jackets.
Yeah,
that Apex thing exploded, I think, with the Cowboys when they won in the late 90s. I used to see you at all the Super Bowls when you had all the gear. But, yeah, Apex was awesome. Zubaz was awesome. We got to bring those things back. Some of the cool things that got the NFL going back in the day. But, Buffalo made it popular. But that was a cold game, man. Yeah, that's kind of what football got going here. I got drafted here in 90, 91, fourth-round pick, and 2-14. Coach McPherson was the head coach at the time, former Syracuse head coach. And then Parcells took over and drafted Bledsoe number 1. And I was already here for 2 years. I ended up staying here for 8 years, which is unusual for a backup. Became very good friends with Drew, obviously. And the guy never went down till your boy Mo Lewis hit him on the sideline there and got our boy Tommy in there. I thought that son of a bitch was never going to get out of a game. Playing with pins in his fingers on his throwing hand. That's how tough this guy was. But football came back in the mid-'90s here, and it's been great ever since with Parcells and, of course, what Belichick and Brady have been able to do. And I'm fortunate enough to still be around it here, doing radio up here in Boston and obviously calling games now. I'm finished my 7th year this past year calling games, did 4 Super Bowls. So it's been one hell of a run here.